all of the stuff that I've learned through flower farming, it has been through trial and error, just testing things out, doing what works for us. I did take the floret class in the very beginning, and that was super helpful to get started. Since I don't do this full time, I probably don't do things like to the most efficient way or the most profitable way. Like with succession planting, I try to do some succession planting, and I try to like follow like the spacing guidelines the best that I can, and I'm sure there will be some people who might find my page and correct some ways that I do things. Like, I did not harden these off very long. I think I had them out for a day before I'm planting them. But I'm just showing you guys the real behind our flower farm and our farm in general. So everything you guys will see will be so transparent, and I'm definitely not a perfect flower farmer. Probably don't do everything like by the book of like the way you're supposed to do it. But for us, I do what I can that works well for us. We have 2 little kids. Tyler and I both work full-time off of the farm. We have cows. Tyler has a side job that he does. He does trees on the side, and we're a very busy family. So everything I show you, it might not be the best way, is kind of what I'm getting at, but it's the way that works for us. And I'm hoping to just share inspiration that you can do this. Like, I have been doing this for what, 7 years now, I think, and every year I change something or try something new. This year I'm adding the raised beds. I've tried drip tape, I've tried overhead watering. I don't have any perennials yet, just because financially we haven't invested in those perennials. We need to get our grass seeded first. So if you ever have any questions, I will do my best to answer those. I'm not an expert, but I will tell you guys what I know, and I will share what works for me with everything we have going on. So hopefully that gives you some inspiration that if I can do it, anyone can do it. Hey you, what you doing? Are you riding your gator?
Yeah.
You following Dad?
I had to go and follow him, but my truck got out of gas.
Oh, your truck ran out of gas? Your truck ran out of gas?
Yes.
I will say our snapdragons are doing good. It looks like they're lacking some nutrients a little bit, so it will be good to get them into the soil, but they also might be, yeah, the soil's a little wet, so I'm gonna let them dry out here in the sun for a little bit, and then maybe I'll get some of the compost put in before I plant them. Got the whole crew here today. The raised bed is not holding up like we thought. You can see we kind of fixed it, but then after it's been sitting here, it's bowed out again. So it might be a one year season for these, and we might have to build Dean. Dean, be nice to your brother, please. No, Dean. We might have to get some reinforcements to hold these up, like put some wood in them, or I might have to have Tyler build me some wooden ones, which I actually wouldn't mind some wooden ones anyways, but these will do for this year.
Dad! Dad!
I don't think he can hear you. He's on the four-wheeler. Tyler just mowed. We need to get grass seed planted in our yard. This is what used to be a pasture. So there is grass out here, but there's a lot of weeds too. pasture over there. We're getting better at pasture management, but it's hard because we have like the perfect amount of cows for the amount of pasture that we have, so we sometimes accidentally graze it a little too low towards the end of the season, and the weeds tend to kind of take over. But by the end of the season, it's like we're just getting by until hay time while we're rotating them for the last few weeks. But we should really ideally leave it longer and mow it more frequently to help get rid of those weeds. But we're working on it. Bean,
Dad!
what do you want from Dad? Why are you calling Dad?
I don't
You just want to see what he's up to?
Yeah.
I am at Trader Joe's. I just picked up some flowers. When I don't have flowers growing in the garden, if I have just a few orders, I usually go to Trader Joe's to buy my flowers because they have a really good selection, and they have usually individual bunches of flowers versus like already pre-made bouquets, so I can select what I need when I just have a few. So this weekend I'm doing a couple prom bouquets and a boutonniere. So I went to Trader Joe's and purchased some flowers for that. And now I'm on my way to Hobby Lobby because the request is a few unique different flowers that aren't in season right now or don't ship well, like dahlias. So we're gonna go see what we can find. So right now the trend is to make a handheld like bouquet, like a posy for prom instead of wrist corsages. So that's the new trend, and we're making 3 bouquets. One is a pink theme, the other one is a silver with a blue dress, and the other one is gold with a red dress. I'm also making 1 boutonniere. So I have my box here with HB, our sticker, our logo on here. I also have some snippers or pruners, and I have some wire cutters because we are going to include a couple fake flowers into the arrangement, some artificial flowers, because some of the flowers that were on the wish list are not in season and are also more of a local flower like dahlias. So I have a fake dahlia. I'll show you what it looks like. I'm going to include because dahlias don't ship well and they are not in season right now. So I have a flower that I'm going to include from Hobby Lobby. And then I have our jars ready. So I have our vases ready with water in them. So I'm going to, I'll probably just speed this up and do a time lapse of me creating the arrangements, and then afterwards I will talk about the design of each. But sometimes I like to play with the design, so sometimes if I talk through it, it'll end up being really lengthy. So I'm probably gonna, I might try to do some videos in the future if I have like a general idea of what I want it to look like. But honestly, I bought a whole bunch of flowers and I'm gonna go based off of the themes of the 3 dresses. So I'm going to just kind of play with them, see what I think fits best together, and then I will show you the final finished designs.
on a floor to do it. Okay, Bob?
Dean and I are going to start laying down the weed fabric in my flower field. So we have it all tilled, we added compost. Looks like there is grass growing. So we are going to put some weed fabric down before I plant. Dean, don't touch the fence, it's hot. And then hopefully it will kill the grass before we start planting. Dean, can you tell our subscribers what we're gonna do today?
Mama, can you put it more down?
Oh my goodness.
But can you put it
We have a lot of weed fabric to put down, but it helps a lot throughout the year.
Can you put it here so you can...
Okay, we put this heavy duty weed fabric down. We've had this probably for 4 years now, and we built a template. I'll show you the template sometime, and we used plywood and we put holes in it, and then we used a torch to bore the holes into the weed fabric, and then we reuse it every year. It is getting a little worn, so we'll probably have to replace some. Like you can see, it's getting some big holes. So we'll probably have to replace it soon, but for now, it's working out pretty good. And then we're gonna put that over the whole garden here. I don't know if I'm gonna use, I don't know if I'm gonna use drip tape or not. If I do, I'll probably put it on top of it because I don't have Tyler's help right now to try to put it underneath the fabric. He's walking, so it's just Dean and I doing it right now while Levi's napping. So we will use these staples to put the weed fabric into the garden. All right, Dean wants to do some video recording, so he's gonna take some video of me doing this.
Okay. Okay, so Mom's doing a weed fabric, and Mom's gonna go get something. And she's gonna do some work and get these bags done. And she has weed fabric, so we're gonna probably do our garden video soon. And we have some, you see those giant weed bags? See? And
Turn it around so that you can see what you're looking at.
yeah.
Mommy doing it.
Okay. So there's a horses that we have some fowls up there who's gotta go down here and those Mom.
Yeah.
Are they gonna be different kinds of geckos at different cover fowls?
Yep, so if you want to point it at Mommy, I can talk to the people. No, you can leave it on. It's playing right now. Just hold it up so you can see Mommy in the video. So what Dean's talking about is our raised beds, and we are going to plant more of our fragile crops.
Yeah, and you know what? These who try to work what he's doing. See about there when there's Papa's truck, and this is what we'll do. And so Mom's gonna go get something, and she has special fowls up there. And you know what? They have jackets gold, so here's her and hammering.
What am I hammering in?
Weed fabric, so
With some nails.
yeah, so
Staples. Tell them it's staples.
yeah, staples, and this is our whole garden. So this is Mommy's whole garden. We have room for this, so we called ourselves.
We got about half done. And I think we'll try to do the rest tomorrow. I think I'm gonna try to go plant some stuff in the raised bed. Good job, Dean. Tired? We're gonna plant some dahlias today. So I started some dahlias by seed. So we're gonna plant these into our raised bed. We got 3 more rows of weed fabric put down. Before I had kids, I would knock this all out in like one day. Like put drip tape down, put weed fabric down. I would get like the hoops put in for the I can't think of it's called, netting. Now that I have 2 toddlers, it's a work in progress to get each step done. And last year I didn't even end up putting the netting up or the drip tape. So we do what we can and we give ourselves grace. So I got 3 more rows down. So we just have probably 3 more rows to go. Maybe 4. Show you what it looks like from down here. So I think I calculated one time, I think it holds over 2,000 plants. And we follow Florette's model of high intensity flower farming to maximize our land that we have that we're using for the flowers. And so we grow the plants pretty close together and it works out pretty well for us. I would say weeds are my biggest challenge. By far, probably. I have to try to really keep up with it early on, otherwise it just gets unmanageable. I do everything by hand for weeding wise since I have weed fabric. I can't take like a tiller in between the rows or anything. And then I'll show this kind of throughout the season, but sometimes I do use like natural spray for insects. I struggle with beetles. Beetles are another one. Japanese beetles are another one that we really struggle with. So we put beetle bags up like in a tree. And then I also sometimes will spray neem oil or like cayenne pepper type spray to keep some of the insects away, to keep some animals away too. Like the last couple years I really struggled with a rabbit and a mole in my flower field. But let me show you that template that I came in here for. Okay, our shop is not the cleanest, but it's definitely a well-used shop or machine shed. So we have all of our tools right there. This is the template we made. So we just drilled holes into it and then we laid that on the fabric. Like this fabric here we haven't used yet. So we laid it out in the driveway and then we just torched holes into it. These are the hoops, the conduit that we made into an arch so that we could put netting down. So yeah, here's the netting I use. It's just like a nylon netting. It really does help. So the purpose of it is to keep your stems straight, so you raise it up as your stems get longer, and it kind of keeps everything in the row too, versus like spilling out into the aisle between the rows. I really do love having the netting in the garden. It makes it kind of a pain to clean up in the fall, and it's hard to save because it gets tangled up in the plants. We have saved it in the past, but then the next year it's kind of hard to unroll it. So last year I didn't even put the netting down besides on my snapdragon row. And then the year before that, I threw the netting away, which feels wasteful, but it was just getting too challenging to try to save it. If you guys have things that you've tried before, I've also thought about putting stakes down and having like twine around the rows to kind of hold everything in. So maybe I'll try that this year to see if I can use that method to help keep the rows nice and neat. But if you guys have something that you've tried that works well, let me know in the comments down below, because I've tried netting, I've tried staking a little bit, I've tried nothing, and there's not really one great easy way, especially with little ones and working full-time. It's just hard to get it all cleaned up in the fall and all back installed in the spring before I need to plant. But I hear the four-wheeler's back, so I'm gonna go find my boys. Did you guys go for a ride? Where'd you go?
You go down to the creek.
You went down to the creek? If you made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you for watching. It means a lot to us that you are here and that you are subscribed to our channel. So if you haven't hit that thumbs up button yet, please go ahead and do so. Share it with your friends and family who you think would enjoy the content. Comment and like, and yeah, am I missing anything? And subscribe. Tyler's over here. I had to get that last one from him. So subscribe, comment, and like, and share. Thank you.